Sad to talk about this one today. Another, I feel like Eddie Money and Rick Ocasek, and now Ginger Baker is being described as critically ill. We learned from a tweet sent out by his family from his official account, Ginger Bead Drums, at Ginger Bead Drums, which says, and I quote here, "The Baker family are sad to announce that Ginger is critically ill in hospital. Please keep him in your prayers tonight." And that was sent out late yesterday afternoon, around 4 o'clock or so. Ginger Baker turned 80 in August. He's been experiencing a number of health issues in the last few years. In 2016, he had open heart surgery. He also injured himself in a fall. He also let it be known that he was suffering from osteoarthritis, degenerative osteoarthritis, and he has a chronic obstructive pulmonary disease from years of heavy smoking. Not a good diagnosis all around for one of the most legendary drummers. I was trying to figure this out, and I don't know if we'll ever really have an answer to it. I'm sure maybe somebody can track it down, but was he the first drummer to ever put two kick drums on a kit? I feel like he was definitely one of the early ones, if not the first. And when Cream hit, in 66 at the time, I don't know, one of the most influential acts ever, and that kind of spurred a lot of other bands and musicians and interests. And for drummers, for sure, his different style, his signature flam triplet. See, I know the drum lingo. But everything he did, that double bass playing, his different rhythm and time signatures, just amazing. I don't know if he was the first, but if he wasn't the first, he was one of the earliest, and he was definitely one of the most popular drummers, to have that double bass drum and use it to his advantage for sure. We're watching in studio. It's so hard to believe that the Cream reunion was 14 years ago, 2005. Jack Bruce and Clapton and Ginger Baker got back together for a couple of shows. And, just watching him even, so is he 80 now, 70, 66, even at 66, just handling drum solos. And he was one of the greats. He was one of the greats. For those of you who don't know the historic career, 66 to 68 with Cream, and then after that he goes on to do Blind Faith with Clapton and Winwood, then goes off and does Ginger Baker's Air Force. Did a lot of amazing things. There was a documentary that came out in 2012 that I still haven't seen yet, but I've heard nothing but great things. And anytime Ginger Baker is brought up, EHM audience just screams at me like, "Oh, you haven't seen that? How have you not seen that documentary yet?" I know, I'm late on everything. Beware of Mr. Baker came out in 2012 and was just very, very well acclaimed. So sad to hear about the status of Ginger Baker. Hopefully he can pull through here. We'll keep you up to date for sure on the morning show with Anthony.